All right. Hey, you guys. Welcome to our Monday night team Zoom. It's so good to see your guys' faces. If you are new, my name is Noelle Cruz. I'm a Presidential Diamond with It Works. I've been here for 8 years, and I absolutely love what we do. I love the people we get to help, and I just love being on this journey with you guys. So tonight, before we dive into some very important tips that you are going to need to use for your business on a daily basis, we're just going to do a quick recap. I just wanted to remind you guys, we just wrapped up our spring training. Drop a 1 in the comments if you watched the spring training. You guys, it was so good. It was only 3 hours of content, but it was amazing content. And at the very end, they announced that our conference this year is actually being moved from what's normally in January to September. So we are going to be having our annual conference September 24th and 25th. And I can just give you guys a little heads up now. I'm going to be renting a big house for us to watch it together here in Michigan. If you guys would like to plan a trip out this way in the fall, it's absolutely beautiful. We'll be on Lake Michigan and we can watch it on a big movie screen together because there's no in-person conference yet. But just to give you guys a heads up, you can put that on your calendar if you would like to. But the neat thing is right now we can get distributors started in their business for $39, you guys. So if you got a conference code, if you purchased your conference ticket for $179, you got a code emailed to you. You're also going to get like a swag bag and you get some other cool things from the company. If you don't have the money to purchase that code or to purchase your ticket, that's okay. You can use my code that I put out on the team page, or you can ask your sponsor, be like, hey, do you have a code I can use? And we are all about sharing. Give me just a second. Let me make sure everybody's muted here. And we are going to help you guys build your team for only $39 per distributor. And the neat thing about that is every single person who you bring on board, when you help them earn their shopping spree, you are going to earn $150 in fast start bonuses. So if you bring 3 people on board this week for $39 and you help each of them earn their $150 shopping spree, that's $450 for you just in fast start bonuses. Okay. So this can potentially be a lot of money. So we're going to talk more about conference coming up, but I want you guys to know that right now through the end of the month, I think through we're not in September, we're in April, through May 2nd or May 3rd, Patty, correct me. I think it's the 2nd. We have $39 codes. Is that right?
2nd.
Okay, May 2nd. Thank you. Okay, so you guys grab a pen and a piece of paper. We are going to be talking to one of my amazing diamond leaders, Patty Miller, tonight. She is going to give you so much information about all things Facebook, Instagram, algorithm. And if you're on here and you don't have a notebook, then you're not going to be able to retain any of this information. So make sure you grab a pen and a piece of paper. And let's welcome Patty. Hi, how are you?
What's up? Good.
Thanks for
my nose is swollen from my allergies, but I'm good.
Yeah, no, I totally understand. We're dying up here too. So, okay, so we were talking the other night about just all the things that you've been learning, and you're always learning. That's one of the reasons why you're such a great leader is you're constantly learning the new things and how you can make your business better, your team's business better. And you just took a really amazing course because as we know, things are always changing. They're always evolving. Things are never staying the same. So let's dig into some of this content.
Okay, awesome. So first of all, if you guys don't know this, Facebook and Instagram are owned by the same company. Facebook bought Instagram. So everything, they're basically trying to make them very similar. Instagram is very vlogish, like VLOG, like video blog, like photos, reels, that kind of stuff for like an Instagram feed. Facebook is not so much. Facebook, it's very hard to put a bloggy or vloggy post with lots of wording on Facebook for people to actually scroll and read the entire thing. Most people just on Facebook have their attention span is a little shorter. On Instagram, it's more reading and photos and aesthetics. So but what we're talking about right now is just basic technical things that you could be doing because they've made a lot of changes algorithmically. And when we say algorithm, that just means that Facebook and Instagram have programs that have made them smart. They can actually scan all of the feeds and all of the posts and in the groups, even if they're private, secret, it doesn't matter. They can see everything. And they can scan them. And if they start to see, they can scan a photo and retain the information from the photo, like exactly what it looks like. And if they see that happening too many times, they will actually ban that photo. We've had some stock It Works photos that have been banned, that you can't post. It won't let you post them, from back in the day, because we used them so much, because we were not as advanced as we are now as a company, social media wise. And so there's so many apps that you can kind of make graphics and stuff. So we don't have that problem as much anymore, but I just want to mention that to you. So like, let's say you see somebody with doing the hair post where it's got the numbers, change the aesthetics on it, like change the filter, crop it a little, make it 3D. I don't know if you guys know, you can have that option when you post a picture on Facebook, make it 3D. If it'll work and you don't lose the numbers, just like play with it. So it's not exactly the same as when you saved it from the other person. So let's start with a couple of easy things. So you guys, in case you don't know, I'm going to be 51. So I know my age group can sometimes be social media challenged. And so I'm going to recap some of these terms. Hashtagging means the pound sign with a word, and that basically creates a directory that if somebody searches that hashtag either on Facebook or Instagram, it will show everybody who is posted with that hashtag in their post, which means if, let's say you like to crochet, so you hashtag crochet in a post that you make just about something you're making, you can actually go search hashtag crochet, and all the people that either like it or know something about crochet that put that in a post will be listed, like tons and millions of people. So that's a really great way also to find people to add as friends, people that have things in common with you. So you have things to talk about and get to build a relationship before talking about the business or talking about a product. So it's not really like that cold messaging a stranger type deal. So when we talk about hashtags, Instagram, you can use a lot of hashtags. You don't want to use more than 30, but on Facebook, it never was a thing really. You can use them, and it does kind of put them in bold and highlight them, but you didn't really have to use them for anything. Now, Facebook is going to be using hashtags. It's going to be putting more weight on them. But on Facebook, you only want to put 1 or 2 for maximum effect. 3 to 4, you're still getting a good bang for your buck. But when you start going with a lot of hashtags, it becomes spam. Okay.
Question about hashtags.
Okay.
If our pages and if our posts are not public, are hashtags effective?
Honestly, I don't know that part, because they're talking mostly, like the course that I took was for people that are social media influencers or marketers or network marketers, which you're basically public. Mm-hmm. So we didn't address the privacy thing. I'm assuming that if you're private, I think a hashtag would probably be futile, because the only people going to see it are the people that are friends with you. So I would assume that doesn't apply. This course was basically for people that are public. Their pages are public, their posts are public, because we're basically building a brand and influencing on social media to build a business.
Right. So, and we know that they're not effective on Instagram when you have a private page, but I was just curious if that was something was going to change on Facebook, but let's assume that the rules apply across the board.
Correct.
Okay.
That's kind of what they were explaining. They're kind of making a hybrid where everything's all the same things will apply. They'll just be different sort of platforms, like for a different type of focus, but all the things will apply. So, also too, now you guys, we love boards. Boards is fantastic. But Facebook is really reducing the visibility on copy and pasted posts. So I don't know if boards, when you put it out there, if it registers as a copy and paste. However, you know how sometimes when we send the message through boards for somebody to copy and paste the message we give them and put on Facebook as a host to post, right? They're starting to be able to pick up on these things. So one of the things that I've been doing is I've been telling people, hey, I'm going to give you a post, copy and paste it, but if you want to add some stuff and, zhuzh it up and do your thing or make a comment or add a sentence or something, feel free. Like, customize it to what you think the people on your friends list would respond to. So I give them the text, but I'm just like, hey, if you want to do something to it, you can. Also, I don't know if this actually works. I've been experimenting with it just for a couple days because I haven't had this information super long. The posts that we do that are text with just the colored background, okay? Two things I've been trying. One, I've been posting by using the font generator. I don't know if you guys have seen people that use different types of fonts in their posts, like italics or some kind of weird whatever. There's like an app that you can attach to your keyboard on your phone and you can change the fonts. I've been using that keyboard for words that would be like a red flag for Facebook for people selling, like cash, giveaway, drawing, income, join, like any of those words. I've been trying to use those weird fonts for just those words. There's a whole bunch of, Tasha, there's a whole bunch of apps. So if you guys can just type that in there for me, my phone is actually up here. So if you guys could type in any names of apps that you use for font generating, you can put it in there. But I've been trying to do that. The other thing I've been trying to do is, let's say you want to give a giveaway post to somebody. Instead of copy and pasting text and sending it through boards, I've been making a post on my timeline with the different types of fonts and all that stuff with a solid colored background. And then I've like screenshotted it and cropped it. Font generator, I think, is the one I have too. And I've cropped it. So I saved it as a photo. So I've been giving them that as the host to post and saying, please add some words with the post, whatever you want to say. Patty's cool, hit her up, or can't wait to see who wins, or whatever. So whenever I've had a post that's just words that's going to be on a colored background, instead of sending them the words, I will send them the photo with the words in it. Like I would have taken a picture of it myself and send them that. But I told them to make sure to put some kind of text with it, type something with it, anything they want. Okay. And I'll get to why I'm doing that. But I just wanted to say, with the copy and paste, all of that kind of falls together. So it's basically an experiment right now, because these changes just started in April. So I don't know how they're going to work, like how it's going to affect like all these experimental things that I'm doing. But if you guys want to give it a shot and see how it works and give us your feedback, that'd be great. We talked about cropping and filtering photos. Also, guys, if you're going to do a hair photo, it's really easy to go to Pinterest, look up long hair photography, and just get a picture. And you can go to some simple thing like Photo Grid, or I can't think of something off the top of my head, just a free app to just add like a couple of dashes with a number and just go down. Like you can make those photos yourself so they're originals, so they will get more visibility. Facebook and Instagram are huge on organic posts and information. Organic means created and posted by you. Original content. The goal of social media is to educate, inform, entertain, connect, all the things. It is, it's really important that the sharing, like from another page, or sharing of, from another friend's page, you really need to stop. Like literally stop. Unless there's like a video that's very touching and very moving and you want to share that, you can't really save videos from other people. But if there's a photo, like if your friend posts a funny meme, save the meme, crop it a little bit, post it as yours, and you can put, thanks Sally Smith for this funny whatever, and give them credit if you're worried about like feeling like you're stealing something, which you're really not, because it's public content. You can do what you want with it. However, if you want to do that, you can do that. Stop sharing it. Please stop sharing it. Basically what's happening is it's letting Facebook know you don't have an original thought to add. You have no value. You're not adding any value to the network. So why are we showing you? Okay. If you guys do an experiment and scroll back to before you were doing this and look at the activity on shared posts versus organic posts. And I'm not talking about business posts and whatever, because sometimes you don't get a lot of activity on those, but just regular posts that you do about your nails getting done, or, you know, look at the dinner I made or whatever. And then a post you shared from another page, go look at it, look at the views, look at the likes, look at the engagement. You will see the difference. And Dakota, you're absolutely right. It all goes down. Okay. So they caught on to host to posts. And so they are really cracking down on what they're calling engagement bait, or not clickbait, but it's engagement bait. Okay. Clickbait is when you see something like scrolling through a page and you'll see an advertisement like Kylie Jenner gets stabbed or something like that. You're like, oh my gosh, I have to go look because this is crazy. That's clickbait. And it really it's really not that story. Engagement bait is, tell me your favorite color to get entered into our drawing. That's engagement bait. Drop your birthday to get a free sample of my coffee. Those are considered engagement bait posts. So with that being said, I know that Noelle brought this up already, how our host to posts activity has gone way down. This is a large part. And if you notice, it started this month. Toward the end of last month, things kind of slowed, and now it's like, it's really hard. Now, some of you guys are enrolling like crazy. That's fantastic. But the majority of people with the host to post deal, if you guys are getting enrollments any other way than host to post, please share, because host to posts have gone way down. So I was talking to Noelle about this. We have to look at some different words that we can be using the font generators, creating a post on a solid background and saving it as a picture so you can use that and post that. We have to find really creative ways to get around it, because one thing you're going to learn in this business is everything has a season and it evolves and then it fizzles out and you have to start something new and try something new. It was host to post, and then it was TikTok, and now it's going to have to be some other method. Like, we have to kind of mesh these methods and figure out a way to work around this. And you guys, I'm going to tell you why this is happening. Facebook and Instagram are a business. They make money on people paying for ads. Everybody talks about how many people, okay, drop a 2, because I don't know if you dropped a 2 yet tonight. Drop a 2 if you've ever talked to a potential distributor, one of your new distributors, or yourself has talked about, asked about, or wanted to make a business page just for the business. Okay? Business pages don't work unless you fortify them with investment. You have got to put it out there, because business posts are not, our business pages are not normally your friends, and you can invite your friends and they can be on there, but the interaction on business pages is so low unless you are putting it out to the world, which means paid ads, boosted posts. You have to spend money. So what Facebook and Instagram, well, Facebook as a whole with, the umbrella over Instagram, is trying to make it very difficult for people to make money for free. We are using free platforms to make money, so they're making it very difficult. They're trying to force our hand into pages where we have to pay in order to get visibility, which is not a horrible thing. It's not a horrible thing, but most people don't have the money to do that. So we have to find ways to work with all of their changes and still be able to make a living on free networks. And part of this too, they're kind of forcing people to actually add value. So I don't know who you follow on social media, any of the top leaders like Alyssa Wilbur, Jocelyn Yates, Cheyenne Knotts, all these people. If you look at their pages, they've built a culture and a brand, and they add value, and they always have some sort of content aside from the drawings, or because they still post about them. Jade Hooper, they still post about our stuff, but they have so much more content. They're very textured, they're very layered, they're very rich in content. And so if you're doing that, your host to post giveaway may not get the visibility it used to, but it probably will get better than those of us who will do like one post about like our dog, and then here's a giveaway post, and then here's another post about what we made for dinner, and then here's a hair, skin, and nails post. Like, it's a different thing. They're kind of forcing your hand to offer more on social media. So we talked about the engagement bait thing, so we have to work on different ways to work around that. So when people leave comments on posts of yours or send you a message, now the messages don't have to be work related, like any message, like your sister messaging you asking about like, oh, do you have mom's recipe for ravioli? Okay. Any message you get and any comment you get, the maximum amount of time you can reply and it benefit you is 24 hours. After 24 hours, you're basically saying, I don't care if people interact with me, I'm not really invested. And that's an algorithmic thing. Hey, this person is not really part of this. They're just kind of like out there. People are commenting and responding, and they have no interest in responding back. So I actually have a 12-hour rule for myself. The only exception is on my Sabbath. But I tend to go on my Sabbath at 7 at night. So most people have already messaged me by 7 because I don't put a lot of things out there that I need responses for that day, because I know I'm not going to be able to get to it for 24 hours. So when it comes to comments and or messages, do not let them sit there for more than 24 hours. Do not, because that will work against you in an algorithmic fashion, or work against you. Now, the people may not care, but what Facebook looks at will matter. Okay, so this is something I was toying around with. So I know Noelle has initiated something called Maintenance Monday, where you guys will, all of us as a team, interact with our loyal customers. We send them messages, we check on them, and this, that, and the other. I told her that I suggested that be a full-on day of pure engagement. Engaging with your customers, engaging with your distributors, engaging on all social media. Strict engagement, that's it. Posts, stories, all of that. Like, make that Monday like a full-on engagement, because a lot of us, like me and Marie especially, our stories will look like little tiny dashes. Like, we love stories, but we don't interact on other people's stories as often as we should. So we don't get the visibility and interaction on our stories. So Facebook is really amping up the importance of creating relationships through engagement. So this is one reason. Now, I'm kind of old school. I train all my distributors. They need to do personal development 30 minutes in the morning. These are the top 3 things they have to do before they even start working. Okay. Personal development 30 minutes in the morning. Post something motivational or positive on your page to create like a culture and a mood and a feeling. And do all of your birthdays, which means go post on their page something happy birthday related. Either write it as a text, just the text, or put a picture or a meme or a GIF. Then go to their messenger and send them a happy birthday, hey birthday girl, how are you celebrating today? What's the plan, or whatever. Create a question so they have to interact with you. And so it's also nice to let people know you're thinking about them. That is really, really good, because it's super simple way to make sure that you are engaging with people. You need to engage through messages, posts, and stories. That's really huge. It's like everybody's getting a rating, if that makes sense, on how well we lift other people, like by interacting, engaging. We're messaging, we're responding to messages quickly. We're posting content that people will find valuable because it's organic. We're not sharing and just regurgitating the same things over and over and over and copying and pasting. So I recommend you do that on Mondays. You come off the weekend, you just go and just start engaging with people. And what happens is, I don't know if you know this, but if you have a post and someone comments on the post and you reply to their comment, you've created a relationship that will now put your stuff inside of their newsfeed more and their stuff inside of your newsfeed more. If you send a message and they respond back and then you respond back, you've created a relationship. So if I send a message to them about hey birthday girl, how are you celebrating today, or what's on the agenda, and they're like, oh, I'm going to get my nails done, and we're going out to dinner. I'm like, oh my gosh, where are you going to dinner? Like, and I create a small little conversation. I've created a relationship, and I will start to see these people commenting and liking on posts of mine that they haven't done in forever. Because it was a year ago that I wished them happy birthday, and they're not people that I interact with a lot. Hold on one second. Sophia, can you let the dog out, please? I don't interact with them a lot, except sometimes on their birthdays. And so all of a sudden, I'll have this little influx of all these people I wished happy birthday. Within 30 days, they're liking and commenting on my posts. So birthdays are huge. It's just a super easy way to interact with people. And don't forget interacting on stories. First of all, you should be going through stories anyway, at least once a week, to start grabbing stories and taking them from other people, so you have a variety of stories to post, like cool inspirational stories they put up, or business or product or whatever. And you also you're already there looking. So just send them a comment. Oh my God, I love that dress. Or, oh, your daughter's so cute. Or how did you make that? Excuse me, stuff like that. But it's really important to engage. You have to engage. Some people are already great at it, so this will be a no-brainer. But I just want you all to know that we're always so worried about our content. What are we going to put up? How am I going to word this? I need to find a pretty picture. Like, we get caught up in all those things. We forget that we actually have to create relationships too. And you don't have to, be everybody's ride or die. You can just be like, hey, that shirt's really cute. Where'd you get it? Like, simple stuff. And that's actually on your KPIs, to pick 25 people and, do that. So make sure you're doing that. If you can't do a little bit every day, pick one day where you just do a lot. Okay. The next thing, when you post a video that you made, or a video that you took, not a shared video, but a video that you actually took or made, or a Facebook Live, or an Instagram, other than Reels, like the Instagram, the IGTV, you need to make sure it's at least 3 minutes long or longer. So those of us who are addicted to Boomerang, which I love, that's not long enough. Okay. For a post itself. Now in the stories it's different, but for posts, videos, and lives that you do have got to be 3 minutes long or longer. Facebook and Instagram, because people are very visual. So when you're creating these videos and these movies, just like Reels are so popular and stories are so popular, in a news feed, they want you to have a little more to it. In stories, you don't necessarily have to go long. You could do boomerangs. Boomerang is a part of Instagram stories, or it's a separate app where, if you've seen people when they're like drinking a coffee, they're like, and they're bouncing back and forth. That's a boomerang. It's like a millisecond of like an action that it's repeating to make it just look like a short little motion video. You can still do boomerangs and stories, but try not to put them too many times on your Facebook page or your Instagram feed. Next, when you're posting a photo, make sure there is text with it. Do you remember, and this is why we're going to, circle back when I said I'm working on making little pictures of the giveaway host to post, sending it to them and saying, hey, make sure you add some text and say, I wonder who's going to win, or any kind of like ad lib you want to add if you want to tag some people. But there has to be text that you put when you add a picture to a post. Like, you have to have words and a picture. Just posting a picture is very low visibility. You have to have the combination. And just posting text without a picture is starting to get reduction in visibility. Hence, a lot of our giveaway posts, because a lot of our giveaway posts have just been text with a colored background. Okay. So this is where, you guys, we have to evolve. We have to grow. We have to get creative. So next thing, they hate links. They absolutely hate links, and I'll tell you why. Whenever you post a link that is not a Facebook internal link, like, because I have a couponing group. So if I post, hey guys, our couponing group is on fire, this is the link, click join and I'll approve you, whatever, I answer the membership questions, that's okay, because it's an internal link of Facebook. So I'm not leaving the platform to go to that link. But if you put any external links, even if it's going to Instagram from Facebook, it registers you sending something that's going to be leaving the platform. It reduces your visibility. So do not post links of any kind in your posts. Now, I am unclear of the comment section. On this particular one, there were no questions, like we couldn't interact and ask questions. And that was really my only question, was if I put my influencer application link in the comments, does that affect the post itself? I'm assuming no, because it's in the comments. I'm assuming, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure it's better than putting it in the actual post. Okay, so avoid putting any of your influencer application links and stuff in your post. Worst case scenario, put it in your comments. And you guys, you can actually put those links in your profile if you want to. It gives you places to put websites, so you can put those there, and that's okay in your profile. But as far as putting it into a post, like an organic post to send out to a bunch of people, they don't want you to do that, okay? Because if you're leaving the platform, you're not serving their purpose, which is to keep people on the platform to buy things and do things, okay? Another thing that's changed, it used to be, 7 to 9, 11 to 1, and then after 9 p.m., all Eastern time. Everything on Facebook algorithmically works for Eastern Standard Time. For some reason, it's like 80% of the United States on Facebook is Eastern Standard Time. I guess we just are crazier on the East Coast. I don't know. But they focus, all the times are East Coast time. And it used to be those 3 times were the best times. And then all day Sunday, anytime Sunday. Now, for business to consumer, which means if you are promoting something or wanting to get people to buy / join, whatever you want to call it, the best time is noon, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday is kind of iffy because sometimes most paydays are Fridays. Most, not everybody. Most paydays are Fridays for civilians. I know military, it's 1st and 15th and stuff, so that's different. Teachers or people that teach, it's once a month. But for most civilians, paydays are Fridays. And sometimes their money goes in on Thursday based on the bank that they have. So Thursdays can be good. So I would recommend Thursdays still doing your thing, because that can also be considered a payday. And that's also why we do follow-up Friday on Fridays, because most people get paid on Fridays. You just don't know what their paid cycle is, so it could be an off payday, but most people get paid on Fridays. So that's why we usually do follow-up Friday. Okay, so you know how you have friends and family who are like, no, I don't want to buy anything. No, I don't want to join your team. Like this, they're totally like, whatever, I'm not down. Okay, that's fine. Tell them, do me a favor. Whenever you see anything about my business or about my products, just go like it and leave a comment. It doesn't matter what you say, as long as it's not negative. Just whatever you want to say. Oh, that coffee looks good, or does it come in flavors? Or I love that picture, or what are you doing for lunch today? It could be anything. It doesn't have to be related to the business or the picture, because you need the bump. You need that engagement. So that's something. Ooh, sorry, my lights went out. Oh my gosh, hold on. There we go. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Hold on, let me get the other one. I don't know. I've been having problems with my lights. But hopefully they'll stay on. But anyway, just tell your friends and family just to like or love it, and just leave some kind of random comment. As long as it's not negative, you don't care what they say. just as long as they're asking a question or telling you look pretty or when are you coming to visit, whatever. Okay. You need those engagements and you need it to be a variety. See, the thing about our engagement pod is it's the same people always commenting, and that doesn't work. Eventually that doesn't work. You need to have a variety, which shows you are reaching different people because you're creating different relationships. Okay. So that's why you want to say, hey, please, if you ever see one, just do that. I need to just have a variety of engagement on my posts in order for people to see them more. Anything sales related, watch your words. Try to make it very non-salesy. Now it's different if you say, oh my gosh, our coffee's on sale, it's buy one, get one free. Here's my recipe for my favorite recipe for how I drink it in the morning and have a photo with it. Okay, that's one thing. That's just like a random, it's a sale. But as a rule, as you run your business, avoid words that are salesy, like selling, buying, all the engagement bait, drop, comment, below, like all that stuff. Like we've got to just be real careful about it. Sometimes there's no way around it. So if you think you're going to be using one of those words, try to use the font generator and see if that will help, kind of reduce how it picks up on those words. I don't know if it will or not. Again, she didn't have questions. So that's the only thing I could think of when that comes to that. Groups. Doesn't matter if they're super private, super secret, whatever, classified. Facebook has monitors. They monitor every single thing. And they are going to give less warnings for things that are non-compliant inside of groups. They will just shut your groups down. And some of you have heard how they will just shut down your page. It'll just disappear. After so many warnings, it'll just disappear. They're not even going to give you a final warning. Same thing with Instagram. So you have to be really careful. You don't want to push the envelope, especially on a free platform. If you are paying for stuff, you usually have a little more leeway because they're making money off of you. So if you're working for free on a free platform, then you want to make sure that you're being as compliant as possible, especially inside of groups. Here's a perfect example. I don't know if you guys know, selling coupons is illegal. Okay. I'm sure you know people who do it. I'm sure you know people who've bought them. Okay. It's illegal. I have a couponing group. I do not allow anybody to sell them, like post that they're selling them in my group. Now, if somebody asks if somebody sells them or is looking for them, all they can do is say, I'll message you, without saying that they're selling them, because again, I don't want my group shut down because it's a very helpful group. So you have to kind of follow the rules. Okay, last but not least, they are experimenting with removing like buttons. Like, love, care, all those for posts. They're experimenting getting rid of them. So it's either you get engagement or you get nothing. I don't know what the final decision is. It's kind of in discussions. They experimented with that on Instagram. I don't know if it's stuck or if they're still experimenting with it. But losing the like, love, whatever button, the premise of that is because they feel like people will just, and we're all guilty of it, just hitting that instead of actually saying anything or engaging because we're lazy. We're just like, oh, okay, boom, boom, boom. Like, and we're not really using the platform for what it was intended, which was interacting with people. So that's a possibility in the future. So if that happens, you know why. But yeah, so that's all of my information. And I want you guys to write this down. It's a website that, let's say you were just posting about your dog getting groomed today and you were showing a picture of him like I did the other day. I was showing him getting groomed or whatever. And what I did is I went to this website and I just typed in what the subject was, dog grooming. And it generated hashtags relating to that. So if you're not really sure how to hashtag or what to hashtag, this site can do it. You have to pay for it to get like all these extra features. You don't need the extra features. You just scroll down and there's like a little window or you can type what you want. And I think it's the default screen or word is hashtag COVID or something. And it shows you like COVID related hashtags. So you just erase that and put in whatever you want. It's called Hashtagify Me. So it's HASHTAG. So hashtag IFY, hashtagify.me. Okay, so hashtag IFY.me. And it's free. You can just go in there, type in a after the G is an I, and then it's perfect. You just go in there and you just type whatever you're talking about. Like if you made lasagna, hashtag cook or lasagna or Italian or whatever you're trying to express. There you go. Thanks, Noelle. Whatever you're trying to express in the post, and it'll generate a bunch of hashtags you can use. Now remember, Facebook, you don't want to use more than 4. 1 to 2 is best. Also, do not put them in the wording. So let's say I said, my dog got groomed today. Now you can really see his racing stripe. That's what my post was the other day, or a summary of it. Then I did a space, and then I put hashtag dog mom, hashtag spa day, or something like that. So, but you don't want to put it as part of the words. Like I wouldn't have put Maverick got hashtag groomed today. Don't do that. They don't want that. They want that to be a completely separate part of your post. So don't make it part of the wording. And I think that's everything. So does anybody have any questions about anything that I've covered? I know I tried to talk really fast because I have to pick somebody up at the airport, but I have some time. So let me see. Okay, so Tasha asked, if someone haps for you, but they get no comments, does it hurt if the post is old and you comment on it, or does it boost it? Okay, so the term for that is bump. Whenever you comment on any post ever, anywhere that's public where people can see it, or if it's private, it's the friends who can see it, it will bump it back into a news feed as relevant, okay? The shelf life of every post you have is 2 hours if you get no engagement, and that's it. And only 10% of who, like if you look at your number of friends that you have, only 10% of that number is going to see it. So if you don't create something that gets a lot of shares or a lot of comments, it basically is like a shooting star. So that's why going back and bumping an old post still works. Just make sure you're not putting anything in that bump that might be weird, you know, something salesy or something like spammy or like a link to your website. Like, don't do that. Like, just make it fun, make it very unassuming, because I don't know how much they monitor the comments right now. So you just want to be careful. You want to get the maximum you can from the post. How many winners are, oh, that I can't answer you. That's a Noelle question. Do we have to sell through Facebook or Instagram? Can we do, no, you guys can do whatever you want with your business. The reason social media is such an important part, obviously, is because of the Rona. And we haven't been able to have those kinds of interactions based on where you live. Like right now, you couldn't do that in Canada. There's some states that are still really locked down and you can't have those types of interactions. If it's a safe option for you, you can do it any way you want. This business started in person, belly to belly, having parties, doing events, doing expos and stuff like that. It only grew to social media probably in the last, I don't know, 10, 12 years is when it kind of shifted to more social, because even though you can build belly to belly and go really far in the company, the amount of people that you can reach on social media is exponentially larger than in person. So doing both is a great mix, but if you wanted to just do it in person, you totally could. Okay, I think that's everything. I see twos, hashtag your product not effective. Sharing, yep, sharing does lower it. Okay, I think I got all the questions. So Noelle, do you have anything for me?
No, that was amazing. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of that. I have like literally 6 pages of notes, and maybe I'm a large writer, but I have a lot of notes.
Awesome.
And yeah, and I love the idea of using Maintenance Mondays as the engagement day as well. I feel like I need to like pay my 11-year-old to go and interact with people's stories because like for real, that's a problem, right? Although I'm not going to let her on social media, so I'm not going to let her do that, but totally different problem. But yes, I love all of your tips. So that was so good. Okay. Yeah. So the Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. So basically what Patty was saying is that there is a prime time for social media. So in the past, there was different prime times. So now, and that's not necessarily when people are on. Patty, basically what you were saying is the prime time to post if you're looking to recruit or, sign new customers, et cetera, is noon Eastern time, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Correct. The time, okay. So people are on social media the most at the times I mentioned earlier, that 7 to 9, because it's like they're waking up, going to work, or they're in a commute. 11 to 1 is when they have their lunch breaks usually. And then late at night after all the kids are in bed and all the things are done and they're in bed scrolling. Okay. So that's when they're actually on social media. But what she was saying was the best business to consumer, which means a business posting to get customers, which distributors technically are customers, same concept, to get any kind of people into your business, whether it's buying the product or being part of the team or whatever, is at noon, and what she was saying was lunchtime. So it could be any time between like 11 and 1, but just closer to noon in that window. Because that's when people are like at work on a lunch break, hating their jobs, see something. Oh, I could be I could do this company and do, in my spare time and leave this place. Or, that's kind of a great distributor time. That's usually when my distributor posts actually blow up. And I never knew why until I saw this. And the same thing with products. A lot of times people will be sitting there eating lunch and just be like, man, I need to lose weight. And like, boom, there's the thing. Or, oh, I feel like crap. I'm so tired, getting that downward spiral from the coffee in the morning. And they're just like, I'm so tired, and see something about your coffee or whatever. So yes, it's business related, not just when people are on social, because people are on social media all the time, but this is for business to consumer only.
Awesome. So good. So good. Thank you so much, Patty. I appreciate you. I'm going to grab the spotlight back so we wait. I don't know how to use Zoom half the time, you guys. There we go. I want to figure out, and one of you guys are going to have to help me figure out, Patty, probably you, help me figure out one of these days, how to do the side-by-side spotlight, which is like, like if just 2 of us were on here or 3 or 4 of us, that would be a lot of fun. But yeah, I think it was Destiny asked this question. Somebody asked about how many giveaways winners we normally have. Typically, we have about 10-ish winners. Last month, I think we had 10 or 12. It's different every month. Now, this coming month, when we do our Yeti summer bundle and our cash winners, we're going to have 1 grand prize winner, and we're going to have a handful, probably less than 5, of our cash prize winners. Okay. We won't know how many winners we're going to have until we actually have the cash in hand. And that's going to depend on how many people actually want to put in their money to play for the host to post game. The people who don't put in their money don't get to play. So we're going to have less or more depending on how many people contribute. But basically, the more people contribute, the more money we have, the more winners we can have. But I'm excited about this next month because it's just going to be our team's giveaway. We're not going to have thousands and thousands of other people that are going to have their name in the drawing. It's just going to be our team. So I think that's actually going to be something really great. And then Destiny, I think it was you asking about can we do in person? So just like Patty was saying, social media is an accelerator. So when I was building my business in the beginning, I did 50% belly to belly and 50% social media. And what I would do is I would meet people, I would connect with people face to face. I had existing relationships from jobs and the military and travel and all the things. And then I would bring them back to my social media, and my social media is where I presented, is basically where I marketed myself. Okay. So as you go out and you meet people and you add them on social media, that's called blitzing. We're going to do a Zoom all about blitzing, because I do believe that as people are getting out of their houses more and more again, you guys are going to be out, you're going to be out there and you're going to be meeting people. And if you go to the gas station, if you go to the grocery store, if you go to a restaurant, all of those opportunities are all those places are opportunities for you to blitz somebody. So let's say I go out to eat, I'm going to blitz my server, and that's going to look like simply saying, oh my gosh, girl, you are so cute and you are so good at what you do. You have such a great personality. What else do you do? And then she's going to be like, oh, you know, I work here and I have another job and I go to school. And I'm going to be like, well, I teach people how to make money on social media. Would you ever be interested in making money online like I do? And she's going to say, yes, of course. And then I'm going to say, okay, great. Are you on Facebook or Instagram? And then she's going to tell me, and then we're going to connect right there on social media. Okay. So I blitzed her in person. I connected with her in person, so she knows I'm a real life person. And now I've connected with her on social. So now she's going to go creep my social, and she's going to be like, okay, who is this chick really? Like, is she lying? Is she legit? Which is why it's really important that you guys are consistent with what you do on social, with presenting yourself as a professional business owner. You know, be consistent with your stories, be consistent with your posting about the products, about the opportunity. Keep your pages clean, all those things. No shared content, because obviously, like Patty talked about, that's going to take you down in the algorithm. Plus, it just looks tacky. Okay. So like I said, we're going to do a Zoom about that, but whatever you want to do, if you want to get together and do parties, like do parties, that is awesome. But it's a comfort level thing for people right now. A lot of people are not getting together, or if they are getting together, they're only getting together outside. Guess what? It's warming up. We can do outside social distance parties, right? I mean, I don't know if I'm going to be like wrapping people on my front lawn, but you never know. There's a first time for everything. So you guys do whatever you want to do to build your business. This is ultimately a relationship business. So however you build those relationships, whether it's in person or it's online, it's ultimately just about being genuine and creating original content and being you. So like Patty called it, Patty, what did you call it? She called it, hold on, where's my organic? Thank you. There it is. Organic content. I'm like, I wrote it down. Everything organic. You want 100% organic content. So organic, that means your pictures, your wording. So you be you, and your business will grow. That's amazing. Okay, well, awesome. You guys, thanks for tuning in tonight. And we have a few more days left in our month. I know there's a lot of you pushing hard for big promotions or maintaining your rank. Keep going after that. You guys, speaking of organic content, I've signed 5 customers just today from a post that I put up this morning, just with my personal results. And I was like, oh my gosh, this was 2 weeks ago and this is 2 days ago. That was it. I didn't say anything special. It was literally just pictures. And I'm talking to people because of it. Okay. So be consistent, be you, be real, and don't stop, because we got plenty more days left in the month to get you those promotions, to earn your shopping sprees, all the things. So let's stay focused, and I will see you guys back here in May. Have a good night, guys. Bye.